So, good evening everyone. Welcome to the day 20 of our UGC-NET Paper I class. In today's class, we are going to see about ratio and proportion. Actually, while I was preparing for the slides, I came to understand that ratio and proportion are interrelated rather than proportion and percentage. So actually நம்மளுக்கு syllabusல it is given like this, ratio separately and proportion and percentage. But when I was going through various notes, it was these both things were more interrelated rather than these two. So here today in today's class we are going to see about ratio and proportion. So first, what is ratio? So ratio can be said as two quantities, ratio of two quantities, either let's name it as A and B of the same units in the fraction format. So A by B is the ratio. Here please note that A could be 0 but B cannot be 0. So B is a non-zero number, and this particular fraction is represented as A colon B. So when a fraction is represented in the form of A is here, we used to call it as is to. So it is when a fraction is represented in the form of A is to B, then it is a ratio. Here A and B are any two integers. So why ratio is used? Because it is defined as the comparison of the sizes of two quantities of a same unity. We are taking a two quantities or in a particular power. Let's take a bag of sugar. There we take sugar in 1 cup and we take another cup of sugar. So now we are comparing these two cups with the overall ratio. So that is the known as ratio. So relationship in quantity, amount or size between two or more things. Now the example bag of sugar, no, it would be more like quantity, but in this could be also said as number of things, how many number of bags, sugar bags are in size. So like that ratio will be there. Ratio can be represented in three different forms. One is A to B like this, but this is rarely used, and A/B, that is A divided by B. This is though used commonly. Still, the more common form or very easy form is to identify the ratio is this only, A is to B, that is A colon B. So types of ratio. Ratio has very different, totally 6 types. So first one is duplicate ratio, second is subduplicate. See, duplicate ratio is the ratio of square of two numbers. So if A and B, A is to B is here, means then this would be A square by B square. So this could be either written in this format or in this format. So what is subduplicate? Just here we are squaring. No, instead of squaring you are taking a square root. So it is the ratio between square roots of two numbers. So that's what they are given here. So square root of two numbers. Then triplicate ratio. Triplicate ratio is just duplicate that is cube. We are taking a ratio of our cubes of two numbers. Then sub-triplicate, that is the same like this only. So we are taking cube root. So 1 by 3, that is cube root of these two numbers. We take it as a fraction. So that's how it is written here. Then compound ratio. So it is the ratio of product of first terms in every ratio to the product of second terms in every ratio. So if see here, there are three ratios are given here. So product of first terms means that is A into B into C, that is ABC, is to the product of second terms. So that is X into Y into Z. So this is known as compound ratio. So ABC is to XYZ. Then comes inverse ratio. Inverse ratio is you are just replacing their numbers. So here x by y means then that would be y by x. So see the example here. The ratio formed by interchanging their old places in the ratio to new ratio is known as inverse ratio. Here 5:8 is written as 8:5. So these are the various types of ratio. So I hope everyone understood what is what here in a duplicate ratio, sub-duplicate, all those things. So moving on, proportion. So proportion அப்படின்னா என்ன அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, so here in ratio we can say it as comparison of the sizes of two quantities, that in a simple statement ratio of two quantities A and B of the same unit. So here proportion states that two ratios are equal, that is equality of two ratios. Here we are taking two ratios and we are comparing, but a ratio contains two integers, a proportion contains two ratios. So here proportion on the other hand refers to the equality of ratios. So a proportion is an equation in which two ratios are set equal to each other. Please note that there in ratio equality is not must one. It could be equal or may not be equal. So but here two different ratios are equated, so to identify the final value. So when a is to b equal to x is to y, it is represented as, instead of this equal to symbol, here double colon is used. So a is to b is to x is to y, so like that. So here again a, b, x, y are all are integers. So in this equation or framework, so a and y, so here starting letter a and end letter is y. So a and y are called extremes because they are at the extreme end. B and x are called mean terms. So product of means equal to product of extremes. In proportion, this is a secret formula, one more formula. So ay equal to bx. So in order to if just they are giving a three numbers and one variable, means I mean one unknown in alphabet form, we can identify using this formula. It is a simple form of proportion calculation. So categories of proportion. Here three categories is there: direct proportion, inverse proportion, continued proportion. So what is direct proportion? Direct proportion describes the relationship between two quantities. So if one of the value increases, other one also increase. So that is directly proportional. For example, yesterday we saw, in the last class we saw about speed, time and distance. There for speed, distance is directly proportional. So if distance increases, speed also increases, or it must increase. So if speed increases, distance also increases. Then so based on that, here we can say that two quantities are described, their relationship is described in the direct proportion. So again that also applies. Once it increases means another one is increases simultaneously, or similarly one quantity decreases, the other quantity also decrease. So like I said, please remember the previous class example, like speed into distance. So speed is directly proportional to distance and vice versa. So here if a and b are two different quantities, then the direct proportion is written as a. Please note that incomplete infinity symbol. So at one end it is more like a ribbon, no? So left slanted ribbon. So that is a directly proportional to b. So here, though directly does not apply to this word, this symbol means proportional, that's all. But here without any integer form, we are or any number format, fraction format. So if the symbol appears, means we call it as directly proportional. So again next is inverse proportional. inverse proportion. So here the inverse proportion describes the relationship between two quantities in which increase in one quantity makes the decrease in other quantity. So speed and distance, again the same example. Here if speed increases, time decreases. If time increases, speed decreases. So they both are inversely proportional to each other in that equation. So that's what that is. So direct proportion is the opposite of the inverse proportion. So here again, if two quantities A and B are represented, means then A is inversely proportional to 1 by B. See here the same symbol is used here, but the other thing here we have 1 by B, no, because of that we are naming or terming it as inversely proportional. So the symbol is both same for inverse and direct proportional. To be honest, this symbol solely means proportional or proportionate. So like I said, if there is no fraction format, then that is directly proportional, and if there is a fraction format appears, then that is inversely proportional. Next is continued proportion. See here, two ratios are given. So A is to B and C is to D. So அப்படி பார்க்கும்போது, then to find the continued proportion of these two given ratio terms, we have to convert them to the means of a single term or a number. So for that, in order to convert that, we have to take the LCM of that means. So here LCM of B and C will be BC. So since it is a continuous, if you are going to write in a continuous form, so these two will be means and these two will be extremes. So LCM of mean is BC. So thus multiplying the first ratio by C here, because in order to here nama LCM edukra mari we have done the calculation in number series, no, so that is similar here only. So in order to, after taking LCM, in order to BC appear here, we have to multiply by C. So then we have to multiply by C here also. That would be, first ratio would be CA is to BC. Then second ratio would be BC into CD, because we are multiplying by B. So thus the continued proportion can be written in the form of CA is to BC is to BD. So that's how, even AC also, so because these both are in the product format, now we can rewrite in any format also. AC is to CB is to DB, like that. That is also a right one only, not much of difference, because here we have product, but we cannot write like that in here. If there is a single term, we cannot write like that, but here it is a double term. They both are in product format. We can rewrite in any format. So AC and CA both are same only, unless otherwise it is implied there is some difference between them. Okay, so moving on, ratio and proportion formulas. So here in the upcoming slides there are some formulas are given. It would be more of a repetition from the previous slides. Still you try to understand what is given here. So first one is ratio. So we are writing it as in the format for fraction format. So that is A is to B. In the, we call A as first term or antecedent. See, in the exam, instead of first term, they might give you antecedent. So you have to quickly understand, if the word antecedent comes, means that denotes the first term. Then likewise for the second term, consequent. So that is consequently it is coming. So that is why it is known as consequent. So when such words are given in the exam or in the question, you have to quickly understand that or assume that it is giving, it is denoting the first and second term respectively. So in the 5:9, that represents 5 by 9, with antecedent is 5, consequent is 9. Next is multiplication or division of each term of the ratio by the same non-zero number does not affect the ratio. So here they have given example. So 4 is to 5. which is equal to 8 is to 10. So 4 by 12 4 by 5 is equal to 8 is to 10 as well as equal to 12 is to 15. So that means that is whatever fraction format it might be, we get the same answer. So you again recall and remember the example I have given in the pi format in the fraction chapter. I have given you an example now. So for pi, the original value is 3.14 and goes on. Now in max calculation, mostly we are using 22 by 7 for that. But that is not the exact complete value of pi, though it comes closer. So here, these are whole numbers, that is without any decimal point. So we can 4 by 5, 8 by 10, 12 by 15, all are final answer would be that is 4 by 5 only. Likewise here they have given another example, 4 is to 6 equal to 2 is to 3. So these are the problems here in the rule. Multiplication or division of each term of a ratio by the same non-zero number does not affect the ratio. Next, second one is in proportion. So we have seen A is to B equal to C is to D. That would be rewritten as in this format. So A and B are called extremes, B and C are called mean terms. So here they are given like I said in the previous slide. So product of means equal to product of extremes. That means B and C equal to A into D. Next is, see here in proportional itself, there are other set of termed proportionals, fourth proportional. So here in this equation, D is the fourth proportional to ABC. Because when we are writing in a continuous format, this might come as A is to B is to C is to. So four terms are there. What is the fourth letter? That is fourth proportional. Then third, please note that D is the fourth proportional to these three values. So A, B, C. And whereas third proportional could be only A and B, not D. So because A ukum B kuna, the value C is third one, not for D. And mean would be only A and B, that is the value is AB. So this is the another one thing. So when and if asked fourth, third means you have to directly calculate what is being asked. Next is comparison of ratios. So A is to B greater than C is to D. If we say that, then that means A by B greater than C by D. Then compound ratio also, A is to B comma C is to D, E is to D. So like I said, first terms of all ratios are multiplied, which is and second terms of all ratios are multiplied. So here ACE is to BDF. Then duplicate ratios. We have seen there, no? That is here I have not, that superscript is not put down here. But A is to B is A square is to B square. Sub-duplicate means that is A is to B, which is root of A is to root of B. Then triplicate ratio means A is to B, that is A is to A cube is to B cube. Similarly, we have seen that. And A by B equal to C by D means then A plus B divided by A minus B equal to C plus D divided by C minus D. This is known as componendo and dividendo rule or something like that. Next, variation. So we say that X is directly proportional to Y means X equal to KY. So here K is some constant value. Then that means we write X directly proportional to Y. Likewise, here inversely proportional means XY equal to K. So we write X indirectly proportional to 1 by Y. So these are the formulas for ratio and proportion. And some of the tricks here they have given. So it is actually, I won't call it a trick because all these things you guys know already, because these are basic arithmetic problems and addition and multiplication and all. So U by V equal to X by Y means then Here u comes here, uy equal to vx. That is one trick. Then u by v equal to x by y means then we can easily interchange something. So u by x equal to v by y. Then that also applies here also. So v by u equal to y by x. Then the another formula where u by v equal to x by y means u plus v divided by v, then x plus y divided by y. And here this also applies, u minus v divided by v, here x minus y divided by y. See, note that whatever value in the denominator, that only comes after the symbol, so that does not interchange with the first one. So then u plus v divided by u minus v, which is equal to x plus y divided by x minus y. So this is known as componendo dividendo rule. Then if a by b plus c equal to b by c plus a, which is equal to c by a plus b, then a plus b not equal to 0 means then a equal to b equal to c. This is one more of a identity or something statement like that. So again I'm repeating, if a by b plus c means b, which is equal to b by c plus a, then which is equal to c by a plus b, then a plus b plus c equal not equal to 0 means then a equal to b equal to c. So these are the various different tricks. So that's all for today's class. Now we are going to solve the problems. I have given only 4 problems today, so not I don't want to exert your much energy, so we will wrap it up quickly. So first 2 questions. Okay, so I'm going to show the answer. 1 is B, 2 is A. So here B is common in both these terms. So we have to make B as a common thing. So that means here we have to multiply these two. So that means 2 is to 3. We have to multiply by 5. So 5 twos are 10, 5 threes are 15. So 15 would be the common term. So based on that alone, here only 10, one option is given, we can solve still. So for further explanation, 3 5s are 15 here, then 3 7s are 21. So based on that, 10 is to 15 is to 21. Here we know that they are given in the 3 format. So again they are asking what is would be the division format. That means 3 by 4 is to 4 by 7 is to 7 by 3. So we have to take LCM for all the terms. Then we have to multiply so that we can find the final answer. Similar format only, but some quite taking two more steps. So explanation was very big, so that why I didn't put here. So that's all. I hope understood. Everyone understood this. If not, ask me. So now moving on to third and fourth question. Okay, I'm going to show the answer. So 3A, 4B. I think most of you have answered correctly. So I hope that doesn't require my explanation, I think. Still, I'm giving a just a oral quickie. So 1 by 2, 1 is to 1 by 4 in this ratios, Suresh has given to pens to his 4 friends. So that means what would have been the total number of pens. So here everything is in the unit fraction. So take LCM for all these 4, you would get 140. So that means in order to now each convert each fraction into with the denominator of 140. So that means here it should be 70. That means first one would be 70. Next is that would be 28 something. No, so that would be 35. No, so here 35. So the value would be 35 here. Next would be 28, and here, yes, someone wants to speak. Okay, fine. Here that would be 20. So now adding everything, that is here 70, here 35, and here 28, and here that would be 20. So everything, the total summation would be 153. So that's how we get the answer here. Now here a mixture contains alcohol and water in the ratio of 7:5. Now 8 liters of water is added to the mixture. Now the ratio becomes 7:9. So find the quantity of alcohol in the given mixture. So here what they have asked means, you see such questions we can solve directly. So the direct method would be 7. We can assume any number so that we don't know the exact letters. No? So we can assume it as 7x. So here 7x and it would be 5x. Now we are adding 8 liters. So that means it becomes 9. So 5x plus 8. So 7x divided by 5x plus 8, which is equal to 7 by 9. Now cross multiplying everything, when we are solving it, we are getting the answer of 14 liters. So but here please note that we don't have the privilege of solving such tedious calculations in the exam. So what can we do here? So assume, see the first thing 7, you first find out the common ratio here. So that means one thing is 7 and another thing is 5 means, then in a ratio, the total ratio is 12. So here total ratio is what to say, that is 16. So 8, when 8 is added, 4, that is half of this is increasing. So that means we can consider the total value would be, so here 8, then the total here it is adding 4. That means here it is 12 means we can assume that would have been 24. So 24 divided, we can when we are dividing 7:5, we can get 14. So something like that. I'm not explaining it very accurately. Still, we have to calculate in that matter. So you please try when you have time in that format, so that we can assume how it would be done, because this is a simple calculation. Here we have given only very few numbers or smaller numbers, but when it goes for the bigger one, we don't have the privilege to calculate a complete problem. So we have to jump into the easy possible calculation. So on a simple note, let me tell you, see here 7, first thing. So that means whatever letter is there, that would have been only divisible by 7 only. So here only 2 options are there. So that means either it should have been 14 or 21. And here, so the 5 and 9 is after adding, it gets some value. So now if it is 14 liters, then here 2 means, then that should have been here 2 also, that is 5 2s are 10, so 10 liters. Now 18 adding 9 liters, like that we can calculate. So here 14 liters, here 10 liters means that is 24 liters. Now adding 8 liters, that would be 32 liters. So 32 is again split as 14 and 18. So like that only we have to calculate such problems. So keep that in mind. Just try to simplify very in a convenient manner for you to find out the answer. Just compare with the options, because since this is a MCQ, no option would be outside of this thing. So that means everything could come under this only. So when given the values, you just find out here 7 is given and here also 7 is given. So we are asked to find the value of that how many amount in the 7th thing only. So that means the answer should be divisible by 7. So that means here only these two numbers are divisible by 7. So based on that you can calculate either this two, you can easily omit. You need not to calculate that. So that's all. So for today's class, I hope everyone understood. So though here not many content were there, so only I tried to stretch it. So I hope everyone understood. If there is any doubt, you guys can ask. So that's all for today's class. These are the bibliographies. You please go through the websites. Maybe I might have missed something. So you go through that. So that's all. Thank you.